Hello, all you beautiful drywall people out in drywall world, and welcome to a DTF episode of the Drywall Podcast. You heard me right. I'm your host, once again, Nick Harmon. Today, we are going a little off the rails because I'm interviewing someone who has no business in the drywall industry, or his business is drywall, or, well, maybe... Anyway, his name is Kevin Cost out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and he's a trim carpenter that happened on an idea to plug holes in drywall, and so he developed a product called Mudplugz. And despite receiving criticism from some drywall professionals and other professionals out there, he's getting one hell of a response from the DIY community, and might have some opportunities with some major players. But it wasn't until a solemn night on Christmas Eve that an inspired thought led to the first mud plug.
Yeah, so I mean, what it is that there is a drywall compound. It's not like a fabric or anything. So like in my mind, it was a drywall plug. That's what I was thinking. Because think about it, as a carpenter, we've got wood plugs, you know what I mean?
Right.
You throw them out. So, but that, like I said, I wasn't thinking about work. So I Googled it. And once I saw that it didn't exist, and by the way, I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't know.
Did you Google like drywall plug? Because you're like, there's got to be like some type of weird plug that you put in and like cut off, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I was almost certain that it had to be a thing.
Yeah. Because
it's not like I deal with that, on my trade. Like, so I just assumed it. And when I saw it wasn't, I texted my business partner, Dale. And I was like, dude, I got $1 billion idea.
We also discuss how getting sober has enabled him to find his entrepreneurial path and how important it was to find execution. We dissect his marketing strategy while doing a deep dive into the shows and his process. All that and more on this episode. Parting is such sweet sorrow. I'd like to give one final big podcast bear hug to Can-Am Tools for sponsoring us in the month of March. And because I like them so much, I'm giving them an extra episode. Not only that, they are launching a barrage of new tools lately that you might have a chance to win at the end of this month. Okay. The original inventors of the semi-automatic drywall taping and finishing tools are back. Whether you're a hand finisher ready to level up or a machine taper looking for tools that make the tough spots a little easier, Can-Am has been solving that problem longer than anyone else on the planet. They're also looking for dealers across the U.S. who want to carry a proven Canadian brand with 50 years behind it. Check them out at canamtool.com. For this month's giveaway, Can-Am is doing something special. This one's for all you lazy asses who didn't enter the giveaway last month. We are giving you a second chance to win. First up on the chopping block for the giveaway items, and backed by popular demand, is the 32-inch applicator tube with extendable handle. That's new and still unreleased. That will be the first prize. Second prize, gold core inside corner roller. That is also unreleased and will be the second prize. But we have a new corner to fill the market and the giveaway. The outside corner applicator is unreleased, and I have my hands on this baby, and she is beautiful. Can-Am wants to extend this prize offer to all the Drywall Podcast listeners far and wide, because that's just how they roll. So they are giving these items away internationally. If you're from a different country, you can enter to win. All you have to do is email me your name and address and phone number to info@frescoharmony.com and you're in. It's just that easy. Lastly, be sure to check out my interview with Wolfgang Dombrowski, owner of Can-Am Tools, episode 44. It's a fantastic episode, and I know you will enjoy it. But for now, for his first appearance on the Drywall podcast, Kevin Cost of Mudplugz out of South Florida, Fort Lauderdale area, episode 167, yada yada. Let's get
whatever
into it.
Works on your side, but I'm still at the top, dude. So it's
oh, you're still at the top. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, so right. when it's okay, so Zoom is recording this file, and it's recording my view, not your view. So my view is side by side.
I'm still the devil on your shoulder.
That's okay. That's you join the club. There's a little crew.
There you go.
Are you a religious person?
I am. I'm more of probably a spiritual person. I'm not super like Bible thumper, but I believe in God. I have a higher power.
JC, you believe in JC?
JC was a cool dude, man. It's like
seemed like
what is it, Talladega Nights, dude? My Jesus likes to party. You know what I mean?
Baby Jesus. Baby Jesus. Yeah.
Yep. There you go. Fair enough. It's good.
Whatever.
Following your footsteps.
Or
I've got
football.
Girls, dude.
You got girls?
I got girls, man. They don't follow my footsteps, and I hope they never do.
How many girls?
2 girls.
Okay. And ages? What do we got?
14 and 10.
Oh, so we have a child that's the same age.
Yep. But she likes soccer, my 10-year-old. So I can relate with you there.
Yeah. Soccer's the shit.
That's her spot. That's her sport.
That's her jam. We have Kevin Cost. What is the cost to have Kevin on the show today? Very little. Very little.
There you go. Yeah. You know what? Priceless. Emotional baggage.
And you're funny, so that helps because I'm funny too. We're gonna have a really good show. Kevin invented a little thing called Mudplugz.
Hey.
And you've got a great logo there.
Thank you.
You hired a team. So Mudplugz popped up on my radar very shortly, a short time ago. And I was like, another patching sort of gimmick, which is fine. That's my initial instinct.
Mm-hmm. Of course, that's what everybody thinks, man.
Shark Tank. There was a dude that went on Shark Tank. And I always get pissy because, like, I invented, like, the world's first color line for joint compound. It's very little. Like, it's been the slog, 12-year slog, gotcha. Going and going. I see new products come out. I'm like, that product's nowhere near as good as my product. But, like, they're getting all this attention. Or, that's my ego. And, like, or, like, why is, this or that or the other thing, we're always comparing ourselves to others. Ultimately, at the end of the day, though, what I like to see is people succeed. And when an idea is sort of good and interesting, let's like showcase it a little bit. You are outside of the parameters of our normal drywall professional person that comes onto the podcast. But what you have is kind of a drywall product. And I do like to go outside of the lines of the conventional drywall person for the podcast because I think it's good. It's good fodder for the show.
Gotcha.
That's
I
it.
appreciate you bringing me on.
That's it. Oh, and then who was Rob Mack? He's a big fan. Yeah. He's a big fan of the podcast. He's a huge supporter of everybody. Like, he's a cool guy. Okay, too. And if you're listening, people that listen regularly, they know me. Like, I'm going to speak my mind and stuff. But at the end of the day, I like to support people in the trade. People support me. That's what it should be. That's what it should be about. Exactly. And Rob is one of those people. And so he was like, you should check out the Mudplugz. And I was like, I saw the Mudplugz, man. That's an interesting idea. And then, not to call it a gimmick.
It's all good, man. Listen, I know what the world thinks. Well, since we started and like the videos that go on, listen, I see, and the contractors and the tradesmen are the hardest sells, right?
Yes.
So I've got and Rob's got a kit he's getting ready to work with.
Nice.
Eli, who you talked to, and Eli made an awesome video. remember now, the thing is, like, I'm not here to replace the tradesman by trade. I'm a finished carpenter by trade, right? So
Right.
like we all work together. I mean, honestly, down here, we all probably hate each other down here, but as a tradesman, I've got a lot of respect for all the different trades.
Wait,
right?
you say down here, what do you mean?
South Florida.
South Florida.
Yes,
And
sir.
no shame, no shame.
No shame.
Do you like being down in Florida?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I this is where I'm from. This is where I've been.
Okay.
I've been in New
Okay.
York. I've been around. So
You
this is where I
traveled a
ended
little
up.
bit. We're gonna
Yep.
dig in. We're gonna dig in because I'm interested in how to not only have I been a drywaller and an entrepreneur. Uh, I'm curious about people's paths. This show was inspired from How I Built This. I'm not sure if you've listened to that podcast, but it's fantastic. You probably enjoy it. It's about
Okay.
entrepreneurs and their path, and really the host is called named Guy Raz, and it used to be an NPR show, but it got really big. So he interviews like the owner of Patagonia, Starbucks, like these heavy
Oh
hitters,
wow.
Tom's shoes, Ring, things like that.
Got it.
The
Okay.
Tom Shoes
Cool.
one is pretty interesting. That dude Spanx is another one.
Oh
Cliff
yeah.
Cliff
Yeah.
Bar. And it's fascinating how these ideas come to be.
Yeah.
You have a cool idea that's like, oh, this is, and I love to catch like the fledgling story too. So like you're just starting out. We got Mudskip when they were sort of starting out. There was another one recently, Clean Corner, that came on. They were just at IBS. You were just at IBS. And so these stories interest me. We don't have to see eye to eye when we're on the job site. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
knows the trim carpenters are constantly in the way,
Uh-huh.
and the drywallers they're like the bottom feeders. Nobody likes the drywallers, and that's
They
okay
always
too.
leave the mess behind, man.
Yeah, we got like it's always the ladder. Hey, can I borrow your ladder? Don't get any mud on it. It's like
Oh yeah. No, no, no.
I don't care if
Don't leave a baker scaffold behind, dude, on a job because when they come and punch out, that thing goes from
yeah,
being new to
yeah,
covered.
yeah.
So
Pigeon,
shame on me for
pigeon.
leaving it.
Yeah, we're
Exactly.
called pigeon farmers in the trade. I've heard us be called pigeon farmers.
It's a word for everything for sure.
Yeah. So Kevin reached out. Rob hooked us up, and we had a great conversation. And now you are here on the 167th episode of the Drywall podcast. Welcome.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right, we got through that intro. It was kind of squirrely and it went all over the place, but that's okay. I was up at 5 this morning for some reason.
Dude, I'm up at 4:30 Monday through Friday,
You
man.
are. You
So
seem like a high energy person.
yeah, I like to think so. I guess. I guess I could say I'm a morning person.
Okay.
So
Yeah, me
I could
too.
work with that. Yeah.
And I heard
So
somebody there in the background when we were dilly-dallying with the other computer. Who was that?
that's my girlfriend probably. That's
That's
the
the
only other
girlfriend?
person.
And
Yeah.
did she help you sort of get set up on Zoom this morning?
She did.
She
She's my
did.
corporate yeah, she's my corporate and social media helper. Let's just say.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
we don't want to use the word secretary. Not we don't want to use secretary and girlfriend in the same.
that could get me in trouble for sure.
That can get you in trouble. Where are we going to start? Let's start by you explaining, because I want to get into your history
Mhm.
also, but let's start by explaining what the mud plugs are.
So what they are is simple way to put it are drywall repair plugs, right? They're not for anything else. Could you use them on plaster? Sure, because they have plaster properties, as you already know. I mean, drywall mud itself has a plaster compound in it, but I don't know the whole science behind it. But that's pretty much what they are, and it comes with a little tool that tapers the wall. It preps the wall. We call it the stingray, and that's how you create the sizing. And as the threads grip into
Uh,
the wall and you take the plug and you soak it in water for 30 seconds, you put it in, it expands into those threads and becomes a part of the wall instead of being just, a patch over the surface.
Now, when you put the stinger into the hole, does the stinger sort of have a measuring so that
Yep.
it's like, oh, I'm that far into the hole. This is the mud plug I'm gonna use.
Yeah, honestly, towards the end before launch, we kind of rushed it because all of our parts and pieces to get it on the market showed up late, and we overlooked the detailed rules of what side to use and whatnot. It seems like most people figure it out, but each side here, you know what? Here. So each side, oh, look at how it disappears. Woo! Each side of the Stingray serves a purpose, right? So this one would be all the way in for your small plugs. Then you go about halfway in for your mediums, and then all the way down for your large ones.
I love it. And then it's got a little built-in palette knife there.
Yep, that's the idea. So you can take it,
cool design,
spin it, and then thank you.
Yeah, and the design is incorporated into your logo so cleverly. I like that. Pretty solid out of the gate. And you are how old from when you okay, I got my first package of Mudplugz. We're gonna start selling these things. How long ago was that? Not inception or development of the product or anything. When you got the product to now?
Mid-January. So we're at about just over 2 months.
Beautiful.
Yeah. We're freshies. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're kicking ass already, which I like.
It's definitely going well, for sure.
Can we give a shout out to the girlfriend really quick? I want to go back to that.
Dahlia. She is my inspiration. Dahlia, yep. She's my inspiration. She has been my cheerleader along this whole endeavor, and she still is, and there's no one.
Is she there listening right now?
Nah, she's in the room.
She's got a club.
Right now.
She's got a club. She's listening.
But I like when she hits me. So
okay.
She's just waiting.
She's just waiting. But she's not there. She doesn't want to hear the podcast. She's like, I'll listen to it later.
Well, she probably doesn't want to bombard by sitting here and whatnot. She'll definitely watch it later.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I get that.
This is new for both of us, so it's not like, I don't know, she feels uncomfortable just sitting there watching, and it would kind of probably make me a little nervous too.
I like to get a feel for what's going on the other end so that as I'm attacking here, because I'd be like, well, to get Dahlia in there, let's take a look at her. Let's see what she looks like. That kind of stuff. But
if she walks out, I'll drag her on camera.
Drag her on so we can say hi. Yep. And we'll get into her role as well. It sounds like she played sort of a instrumental piece to this Mudplugz puzzle. Did you check out the Drywall podcast at all prior to coming on?
I've watched some of them. I just watched the one that you had with Kenny, the Drywall guy. So I grasped and Kenny's cool, man. And I sent him a DM, and he wasn't ready to do something with it, but he's something and this was before meeting.
Wait, what do you mean he wasn't ready to do something with it?
Well, he's I guess he's doing his filming in certain order, and he's not at the stage where
he's not on patching.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he said he would definitely like to try it in the future. So, which is cool, because I'll be honest, I send a lot of messages out there, and I get about a fraction of responses. So
sure, he's been crushing it. So, I interviewed him ages ago, early on, and we had a great conversation. About drywall. He's just a regular drywall guy. All of this, and then he came back to me and he was like, I'm gonna start this video series. And I was like, okay, whatever, dude. It's been done. Again, I come out negative. I come out right. You're barking up the wrong tree, Kenny. But hey, man, more power to you. Much love. We'll put you on the show, see what happens. And he's been crushing it. So he hooked up with some social media expert person that has been doing a fantastic job. He did all the video content like a millennial type kid. And he's got 200 likes on the videos, and he's got all this stuff. And I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah. Well, dude, I don't know. This is a whole new world for me too, because I'm not a super social media guy before all this, where I just jump on my Facebook all the time and do all that. I just I know that this is the world world of marketing yourself and, spreading the word at that point,
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll get into it. Going back to the trades, you are a trim carpenter. Did you start doing that right out of high school?
No, I accidentally fell into it because making pizzas was not cutting it. So, and I'll be honest, I barely have a high school education, and
Okay.
I just always had a work ethic.
What?
So,
What do you mean barely have a high school? Like, did you like quit in your senior year and get like a
dude, I
GED?
dropped out of high school, and yeah, so I dropped out of high school when I was like in 10th grade and
Okay.
just worked in like retail at 16, and I got my GED when I was 21. So, but I
Okay. Good for
started
you.
in trim when I was nine. Thank you. When I was 19. So
Okay.
that's
All
been
right.
my. I didn't say I wanted to be a trim carpenter. I just needed a job, and I hooked up
Okay.
with this guy and his company, and that's what they did. And I was actually halfway decent at it, and that's what
Okay.
I do now. That's my day job.
What was it? What's the name of that guy and that company?
So his name was Jerry Dahlia. Never forget him. Super
Uh,
inspirational guy over in Naples, Florida. Dahlia Building Company. Um,
Wait, is your
just
girlfriend's name Dahlia?
yeah, no, weird, huh? Yeah, it is.
I'm putting I'm putting the pieces together.
Sometimes the stars align, dude. You
But if
know?
your girlfriend's name is Dahlia, is it Dahlia Dahlia?
No, so no, it's
Your
just Dahlia.
ex-boss has the same last name as your current girlfriend's first name.
Bingo.
That's blowing my mind right now because that's not a common name.
No, no,
Are
no.
you
Especially
shitting?
because, like,
Are you bullshitting me right now?
no, dude, I swear to God, man.
It's
I
just a
always think it's
weird
kind of
thing.
funny.
It's a
Yeah,
weird. It's super weird.
bro. My life is all about coincidence and like
Boy, I'll
weird
say
things. Yeah, so there's a lot
that
to
is
go with that.
so
But
weird. I was like, so it's Dahlia Carpentry.
well, I think it's What the hell was this? Bill, Dahlia Carpenter. It wasn't carpentry. It was like builders. Dahlia Builders, Jerry Dahlia Builders, something
Okay,
like that.
and you
Yeah,
came on with him doing trim carpentry. How old are you?
42.
42. All right, you look good.
Thank you.
You seem fit. Like you're not a big like drug and alcohol person.
Not anymore, buddy. Not
No, are
anymore.
you clean?
I am. Yeah, I've been
Oh
sober for
wow.
over 8 years. Yeah. Nah, I wasted
Eight
my,
years is phenomenal.
yeah. Well, it would have been 12 if I didn't go on vacation. Let's just call it that.
You did well in the AA. I know they call it like research. You did a little research.
Yeah.
Why don't you
I did
go
a
out
little
there,
research.
go out there and do some research. Come back, tell us
And
what you
then
think. You know, the old
And then the
guys.
sponsor comes. Oh yeah, and then the sponsor goes,
How
"How'd
was
that
it?
work out for you? How was it?"
Sucked,
You know?
dude. Woke up with a
Yeah. No.
hangover, just like by
Uh-huh.
naked on somebody's lawn, like the police like with handcuffs behind my back. Yeah, it sucked.
You tell me normal people don't do that? That's weird. I guess normal people aren't having a blast.
I go to though when I moved to Albuquerque, I go to NA, Narcotics
Mhm.
Anonymous, of course.
Yep.
You get like even a more motley crew in NA than AA, as you can imagine. It's like not
Oh
like
yeah.
yeah, it's not like I got drunk and got in a fight. It's like yeah, I did heroin and like I was homeless for a year, like
Yeah.
crazy weird, I got all my kids taken away, which happens with alcohol too. I mean,
Yeah. Well, NA is probably the program I should have worked because I never was a big drinker, but my sponsor wanted to take me through AA. So I was like, I
yeah,
mean, for me, it's, whatever you say, sir, it
yeah.
didn't matter to me. So for me, it's anything and everything. Right. And what's funny is the alcohol was never really a thing unless I didn't have something else of my choice. So
Yeah. And do you go to meetings today? And we don't have to talk about this. I can cut it out, like all
I'm
that stuff. I
fully,
didn't know. I didn't know you were clean. It comes up on the
yeah,
Drywall podcast sometimes.
dude,
Drywall.
I'm
It's like drywall
tradesman.
recovery. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, dude, listen, and here's the thing, like, so my business has been going for about 12 years now, and I've vowed when I started it bring guys in and train them and
Okay.
teach them a trade because listen, because of the pill epidemic, these kids started getting high when they were 14, 15 years old,
Yeah.
and they don't have a high school, they don't have a high school education. We're the smartest people, and you already know that, and ambitious.
Well,
So if you get them,
lucky.
lucky for sure. Well, if we're still breathing,
Like,
we're
because
definitely lucky.
there's lots of people that want to stop, they just can't.
Hmm.
They have not
I was,
found the way out, or they get clean and sober, and they can't keep it.
yeah.
It's like Jerry
Yeah,
Seinfeld. It's not that you can take a reservation, you just can't hold the reservation.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. Trust me, I've
yeah.
learned every hard way, but it's been very rewarding to like watch people come from nothing and halfway houses to getting married and buying houses and starting businesses.
Unreal.
It's very rewarding for me. So, and that's
That's
still what
cool.
I've got going on and all my guys. And we have a nice family knit down here.
Cool. Cool. Good community.
Oh yeah, big time.
Good. So you were saying your company. So you worked for this carpenter. Well, you worked as a trim carpenter for this person, Dahlia, whatever his business was, and then you branched off from that and started your own trim carpentry business.
Yeah, you can say that. Let's just say from 19 to about 23, I worked for Jerry. And then from 23 to 30 was a blur. Let's just call it that.
Okay. Okay.
That was my trade. I worked for this guy as long as they would tolerate me. I worked for that guy. And then at some
Oh,
points in my
okay.
life, I was unemployable. And, it was a journey until I finally said enough was enough and,
That
got my
shit,
act together.
that it kicked your ass, didn't it?
Big time. Big time, dude. You know.
I shouldn't laugh. It's
No,
a
dude,
serious. It's a
I
serious.
got a sick sense of
Hey,
humor,
I'm in
man.
recovery. I'm in recovery, so I can laugh. Because, like,
A
dude,
thousand
I
percent.
mean, you see it,
Yep.
and then once
Yeah.
you're clean, you're like, the thing is, it's not like but you do have a secret, and the secret is, if you have a problem with drugs and alcohol, you can call me. I guarantee you can call Kevin. There's a
Yep.
way out, and once you find that way out and you realize sort of like you don't ever have to go back, that
Yep.
level of freedom that you experience and the joy that you get from life after that, it's so unmatched that it becomes funny. It's like, I can't believe that I was ever that person rolling my truck and going to the drunk tank. Like,
Mm.
I can't, it's another lifetime, and I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now if I had this, like, and I can see it in people. Like, you look clean, you look together, you're put together, you're not struggling, to be on here, I guess. I don't know, not that people are, but like, you seem sharp and on point.
Happy to be the person I can live with these days because
Um,
I wasn't always the best.
right, right. Well, we don't have to get into the what do they call it?
War stories.
The war stories, my drunkalog, like war stories. Yeah, the nightmare that
Oh
was,
yeah. Yep.
yeah, and if you're listening too, sometimes in recovery, like, you have meetings where you'll tell your story, or you get to get up in
Yep.
front of people and you get to sort of like tell, what happened, what it was like, and what you're doing now, like all that stuff, which is kind of the format that I use for the Drywall podcast. Where were you? What happened? And then, we'll talk about the Mudplugz. It's kind of like that. That's the timeline. That's sort of the format that I use.
Gotcha.
But it seems like, and stop me if I'm wrong, 23 to 30, nightmare. You stop drinking around 30 and using, and all of a sudden, like, you create a business and you're like, I want to do some cool shit with my life.
Yeah, and honestly, my first year sober, man, it was I was working for a guy. The only thing I didn't lose at the time was my job, and I was working for a guy that, you know, he was probably exactly what I needed for the time of my life. But when I started, you know, I got my license back, and, you know, I started getting better and, you know, gaining things back. He told me something that changed.
Was the guy in recovery real quick? Sorry.
No, he wasn't in recovery, but he was a very spiritually pride person, you know, okay, which I don't ever condone, let's just say, because it's kind of like saying, well, I believe in God, so I'm better than you type thing. And I'm not going to put his name out there, but he was what I needed for the beginning. Right. And I was doing carpentry work for him, doing cool stuff. But then as everything started getting better and I'm running his jobs and, you know, I'm like, listen, dude, I kind of deserve more money. He told me something that changed everything. And he goes, well, dude, you're not worth more than $17 an hour. Right?
Beautiful.
And this was in 2014.
Okay.
And before,
did you ask him why?
No, but you know what? From doing the work on myself, you know what I mean? I said, you know what? Because my issue has always been self-worth. So by finally doing the work on myself and like learning how to love myself and whatever else, I was like, all right, man, here's my 2 weeks notice. So I did that, and I started an LLC and went and started piece working for production companies like Toll Brothers, GL Homes, like which would be like a Lennar or DR Horton, just like production, making $10 an hour, dude. And so having to work 80 hours a week just to make
because fuck that guy.
Yeah. Hey, listen, dude, I'm happy to shake his hand and say thanks, man, because it got me here. So, but what a dick, right?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, one thing, you know how it is. We have to learn how to tolerate people for who they are.
There's a book called The Alchemist that has there's a concept in it where this guy's like sort of following his passion, but like they're angels. I call them angels, like, you know, and they sort of point, and they don't always show up like the way you'd think maybe an angel would show up, but they do. For sure. They are there, and there's also omens. Like, so if you're aware enough to pay attention to the omens or like the angels that show up in your life, you can sort of, I think it's just important to be aware like that person was an instrumental in where you are today. And shout out to him for that. But sometimes people are motivated by praise. You're very good. I want to see you do this. And sometimes people are motivated by, you suck. You're never going to become anything. And that's Vince Lombardi he was very good at differentiating how to coach certain people. That's why he was a really dynamic coach. But this person, for whatever reason, man, inspired you. You become a carpenter or a trim carpenter for these large companies doing piece rate. A lot of drywallers can understand that because we've been down the piece rate. We've gotten beaten up by builders. How long did that last?
So I want to say it evolved. So, I mean, I'm in the same company now. I just moved around to different areas. So I probably did that for about a year and a half. And what's funny is I couldn't do what's expected in a sense of people just throw it on the wall and let the painter do their thing. Because honestly, they weren't paying for anything special, but there was always, if you're going to do a trade because you care about it, you know what I mean? Like there's a pride that comes with it. So like quality of work always mattered to me, even though I was getting paid peanuts for it. So what that did was I got word
and
of mouth
speed too. You get fast. Yeah. I mean, you can be fast and good, you know.
Well, 100%, because that's pretty much how I got to where I'm at now. And now I do all multi-million-dollar custom homes. And and I work with my business partner, who's my business partner in Mudplugz. And, he's pretty much the big entity of all of our work. And then he's got some smaller entities, which is all the recovery guys. And, it's like a big happy family.
He is a recovery guy.
He's not a recovery guy. No, he's not a recovery guy.
Okay. Normie, we call him Normie.
Normie. He's a normie. But him and I,
Whether they
dude, like,
whether they're drunks or not, they're normies. If you're not in the
yeah,
program, you're a normie. Because we're
yeah,
all fucked
exactly.
up.
For sure. So
That's
that got me
awesome.
to all the high end stuff I do now. And listen, it's paid the bills. I've been able to,
Can we
I've
mention
got,
this partner?
yeah. So that's Dale. His name is Dale Beswick, right? And his company is DTF Woodworks, which is everybody gets a rise out of. So and we're down in South Florida, and he's the,
DTF, divorced
D-
trans? Is it trans?
no. So you know what DTF stands for. Come on.
Come
So
on, you got
it's
to
not,
tell me. You got to tell me.
let's
Let's
just
dirty it
say
up.
down to finagle, dude. You know what I mean? But we'll keep it
Okay.
PG-13.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
So,
DTF. My girlfriend will know exactly what it is.
yeah, she will.
She'll
Yep.
be like, "You're
That's
numbskull. You should know that."
yeah. So technically that his company came out before DTF was a thing from whatever movie it was, right?
Okay.
So,
All right.
but people don't mind it. Some people like, DTF, but that's all right. We're
My
still working.
one of my good friends, Merrick Law Firm, MLF. So he had MLF on his license plate.
Oh, that's funny. Great.
He doesn't have it on there anymore,
Oh.
sadly.
Listen,
Cool. And we'll get to that. Let's get to okay, so you grew your business,
yep,
and maybe you got out of the track houses. You're like, I'm gonna do higher end, get better pay. I can take pride in my
yep.
work. I can charge what I'm worth. Like all that stuff. All that stuff happened. You're still clean and sober. How long were you out, if you don't mind my asking? Because you had 12 years. At 4 years, you're like, I'm gonna use normally again. What, or was it
Yes.
just like, I'm out, I'm at a wedding, I'm gonna party this night, and then I'll be done again?
No, I guess the Cliffs Notes would be I had about 3.5 years, and I
That's
got
enough.
consumed by the
That's
business.
enough.
Yeah, I got consumed by business and didn't feel like I needed to do anything for my recovery anymore. So
Oh, okay.
eventually, wrong place, wrong time, hit a joint as it was getting passed around, and said,
Oh,
"Oh shit!" And and here's the thing: it wasn't like off to the races, like out doing what I normally do. I was just smoking a ton of weed and going a little brain dead there because it's changed since I got straight.
classic. California
Yeah,
clean. California
yeah,
clean.
exactly. So learned the hard way, went a little brain dead,
How
and
long? How long would you say that period of time
three
was
months,
when
3 months.
that's not that long. I've got buddies.
No, no,
I've got buddies that have more time than me, and we're still buddies, and they
yeah,
drink like normally now.
no.
I don't recommend
That
it.
ain't me. Nah, dude.
Yeah, it
Listen,
ain't me.
I learned the hard way. Exactly. And I'm all right with it.
Um,
I couldn't imagine being like high on anything anymore just because
good.
I like the control I have over myself at this point.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay, so we're almost to where the Mudplugz epiphany happens. You're in this high end house. There's holes all over the place.
You're gonna love this story,
The
dude.
homeowner's pulling their hair out. Dahlia's like, "Come on, man, invent something."
All right, so you want to hear the real story?
Yeah, let's hear the real story.
So 2024, Christmas Eve. All right, I was watching Elf with my daughters.
Beautiful.
Christmas Eve tradition, classic Will Ferrell, greatest
Yeah.
Christmas movie of all
Hi,
time, in my
buddy.
opinion.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Exactly. And right when it was over, and it was probably the most surreal experience, or let's just call it a spiritual awakening I've ever had. It was just an idea that came out of nowhere. Like, I wasn't thinking about drywall, I wasn't thinking about work. It literally hit me like, somebody just slapped me out of nowhere. So first thing I did was I Googled it, just thinking, oh, come on, that's got to be a thing.
Wait,
And
what hit you out of nowhere?
the
That like
idea,
you can put a fabric plug into the hole that expands, that concept, like an earplug, or it also reminds me of The hand wash, because I camp. It reminds me of the expanding hand wash. They're like little, they're little
Oh, a little
toilet.
towelette you put in water.
Yeah, they're little toilet paper, and you hydrate them, and they poof, they become like a.
Yeah.
Those are cool. They're like a little
Yeah.
pill.
I've seen them. Yeah. So, I mean, what it is that there is a drywall compound. It's not like a fabric or anything. So, like in my mind, it was a drywall plug. That's what I was
Okay.
thinking. Because
Okay.
think about it, as a carpenter, we've got wood plugs. You know what I mean? You drill them
Right.
out. So, but that, like I said, I wasn't thinking about work. So I Googled it. And once I saw that it didn't exist, and by the way, I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't know
Did you
what the
Google
stingray.
like drywall plug? Because you're like,
Yeah,
there's got to
exactly.
be like some type of weird plug that you put in and like cut off, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I was almost certain that it had to be a thing
Yeah.
because it's not like I deal with that, on my trade. Like, so I just assumed it. And when I saw it wasn't, I texted my business partner, Dale, and I was like, dude, I got $1 billion idea. And I still
You
have like the
obviously give
screenshot.
drywallers too much credit to think that we would have come up.
Well, dude, I mean, listen, what's funny is some of them people I'm really good friends with that are the drywall guys or the GCs now that used to be drywall guys. They know about it now, and then they shake their head and they go, leave it up
Yeah.
to a trim carpenter to think of
Yeah.
something. And but once again, I don't take any credit for it. I tell you, it was divine intervention. And this
Okay.
ain't about being preachy. This ain't nothing
JC.
like that.
Shout out to JC.
Well, and funny, I mean, oddly enough, my late sister, she was my younger sister. She passed 8, 9 years ago,
Oh,
and that was her birthday. So
oh my goodness. Dude, she came down and sparked an idea in your head.
yeah,
Um,
she did.
no, I just shared on a recent podcast. I lost my brother to drinking and driving back in a long time ago, 91. But I feel
Sorry to hear
like
that, man.
there was a point when I got clean. There's a story behind it, but I wrecked my truck, and I think he was there. Like he came down and got me clean, and uh, like they're there. They do that shit,
Yeah,
man.
man,
And
I
they let
believe
you
that.
that like they have these little, I believe it wholeheartedly. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's any foo-foo there or nothing. And
Well, you want to hear something crazy?
I'm sorry about
No,
your
and
loss.
I appreciate that. Well, you don't hear something crazy, and like, listen. Once again, I'm all about things and coincidences. Like, today is 9 years since she passed, like March 20th.
Today?
Yeah,
Today.
yep,
Oh
yep.
my gosh. Shout
Yeah.
out to what's her name?
Cassie, Cassandra.
Cassie. Shout out to Cassie. Yeah, because then also if you don't know and you've had a sibling that passes, they have 2 days. They have a day
Yeah,
they leave and
yeah.
their birthday.
And her
You
birthday
know.
was Christmas Eve, dude. So I truly believe that that was
Uh,
her coming down and saying, "There you go."
we'll take a minute, man. But I love it. I do love that. Why do you think? Oh, because it was her birthday.
Yeah,
It was her birthday when you were watching Elf,
yeah,
and you had the spark. Wow, that
yeah.
is a story, dude. That is a story. I love it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Um, and yeah, it's just one of those things you never, you know.
Yeah,
I was talking with my girlfriend at like the kitchen table the other day, and like I'm not a crier.
yeah,
I shove that shit down deep. And
yeah.
like I just fucking, I was talking about it. I was talking about him, and it just like it hits you out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, we got guardian angels, man. They're watching over
Yeah.
us. I believe that.
Well, I love it. You and I have more in common than we know. And it's
Yeah.
great. So, you have this epiphany you call Dale. What's
Yep.
Dale say? You're nuts? Forget
Dude,
about it,
no,
dude.
he
Go back.
goes,
Stay in your lane, bitch.
no, he says, I was like, and I have the screenshots, man. It's like, I posted them here and there. But dude, he said, let's work on it. So that's what I did on my off time. Dude, I didn't know what it looked like. Yeah, dude, I don't even know. So I just started working on it. I turned my kitchen into a lab because, being a drywall guy, bringing any compound back from being cured. Like, the plugs, they're hard as a piece of chalk. You throw it in water for 30 seconds, you smash it like it's spackle,
Okay.
So,
Okay.
there's a
Weird.
science behind it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's proprietary. It's all in the
But
patents and stuff.
you don't know anything about drywall mud or those properties. How do you start going about figuring that out? And you can tell as much as you're comfortable with without giving away like, intellectual property or anything.
Yeah, so and I won't for that reason. And let's just say I turned my kitchen into a lab and just started messing around
Okay.
and figured it out. And it wasn't
Okay.
necessarily just that. I didn't know what the tool was going to be, right? Because initially there was only drywall plugs. There wasn't a tool to prep the wall, and it just started evolving.
Right.
So I learned how to use a CAD program to start designing. I bought a cheap 3D printer to make prototypes, and like this little guy right here, he's cute. He's cute, dude. He stands out.
He's adorable.
He
Like a
is.
little bumblebee. You should have called.
Exactly.
Oh, because
It's
it's
a
a
stingray,
stinger.
dude.
It is a stinger.
Stingray, dude.
Yeah.
Whee!
I feel like you could paint.
It was
You could
12
paint a little.
different,
You could paint a bumblebee on it, like with a stinger.
right? But it was like 12 different things before it made it here. And honestly, it was my patent attorney's idea to make it tapered on both sides because I had two different tools that were similar to this. And then it went from that to the guy that had to redesign it to actually create it to be able to be plastic mold injected because my design wouldn't work. So
Okay.
a lot of hands and a lot of hands were involved, and we finally got it to where, dude, this thing is super cool.
Why does it have the little hole in the middle?
So, and that was part of something he had to do, is because when you're doing a plastic mold injection, you don't want any walls to be more than an 1/8 inch thick because then they would sink. So I guess how it's made or whatever,
Okay.
I guess technically nothing is thicker than an 1/8 inch, and that's what makes it like hard. If this was solid, it wouldn't be as strong, and it would be
Okay.
like denty, and I
Okay.
guess.
Okay.
So
So it just
yeah,
has to do with the construction of the tool.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So he had to take my design and redesign it to make it work. So
But you're in your kitchen. You crack the code on the mud plug. You put it in the wall. It works.
yeah,
I mean, that's a pretty happy day for you. I mean, you're like, this is awesome. Is
yeah,
that when
man.
you called? Did you call Dale before that or
No, I
after?
mean, dude, I didn't even get started working on it for like 2, 3 weeks because you got to think Christmas Eve, it was just an idea. And then it was like, now what? And it was really just like that. Now what? So,
A lot of
that's when I
people
bought
have
the 3D printer.
ideas. They don't do shit with them, dude.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't feel like this was one to let go. I
Okay.
felt like this was a big one, and at the time, I didn't know what it was going to look like or how it was going to work or how I was going to make it work. But JC showed up and put some ideas in my mind, and he said, "I got you, man." And listen,
Crazy.
a year later, we were here with packaging and ready to go, dude.
So that
So,
was only a year ago, Christmas.
yep,
Wow,
yep.
that's pretty speedy. And then you came out with a stinger and then packaging. Like, how do you do any of this stuff? I mean, did Dale know a lot about packaging and all of that? You don't know how to do any of this stuff. You're like, how am I going to package this? Start Google, use AI a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, I designed my own little package, and I worked with a good company that actually designed the tray itself, and that was K&K Thermoforming out of Massachusetts. And they have this dude Brad that I gave him my cheesy design of a tray, and he pretty much turned it into, let's see here, this here. You're not. Oh, you can see a
Okay.
little bit.
Yeah, you can
This
see
is
it.
his design, and dude, it's killer. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. And
he
that
just did
tray,
every.
it's packaged in the tray and then you can open and close the tray.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
See, it would have been kind of cool if I would have had one. And if you're listening to, Kevin sent me a Mudplugz so that I could have it and like hold it while we are doing the episode. But I'm going to give an unshout out to
the U.S. Postal Service.
Yeah, what is it? The U.S. Postal Service? What did it come? USPS?
It was USPS.
Okay, we're giving an unshout out to the Postal Service. I've had my issues with FedEx too. Yeah, F those guys. And you paid, and yeah, here's another. Go back in there and be like, hey, you know what? I paid for like express shipping and it didn't get there for 4 days. They'll laugh at you. They'll laugh you out of the post office
for sure. Yeah,
be like, oh yeah, fill out this form. Bye, Schmuck.
I said, listen, dude. You guys just got boycotted by Nick, dude. He's not happy right now.
I only use I only use FedEx. UPS has screwed me a couple times too, but they're all. It's shipping's challenging. That's a challenging, as I'm sure finding out.
Yeah, logistics are definitely nothing that a trim carpenter has to worry about unless you're waiting on a truckload full of cypress to show up to a job.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But little packages and stuff like that, it's all new to me. And like designing this, and I didn't know what thermoforming was. I didn't know what plastic mold injection was. I didn't know any of it.
Yeah.
So it's literally figured out the whole thing as it went. Probably had some help and planting some seeds and some idea. And listen, we're super happy with. Everybody says the packaging is awesome. They love the way it looks and the design and everything. And it's that's all we could have asked for. And the product works.
It seems like you've been doing it for 20 years. I mean, it's really tight. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. No, it's definitely gone the way it needed to. I look at it that way.
So you have this beautiful package of Mudplugz. You hired a marketing firm to do all of your like logo, website, video, social media, all that stuff.
Yep.
So I would consider you to have two prongs. You've got like maybe sales or marketing, sales, where we're going to go to IBS, but then you also have like all of the marketing stuff as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's definitely been. IBS was a last minute thing, and the marketing company, we were extremely happy with the build-up, everything they did, the brand voice, the logo, anything they were involved in.
Who's the marketing company?
It was Brandstar Digital, which they're local to us, but yeah.
They're out of South Florida. And do you call it South Florida, or is there a town to go along with it?
South Florida is easy, but easiest part is to say Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
I could tell you Pompano Beach, but people, where's that? So I'll say Fort Lauderdale.
I think we're looking at a location down there. I'm going to get to see you, man. And my dad's in Fort Myers, so yeah, he's
perfect,
right there.
dude. 2 hours away,
Cape
man.
Coral.
Listen, same thing.
Yeah,
it's a little more west than Fort Myers. But
we went to see Messi play in Fort Lauderdale last year. We went down and watched Miami.
You know where his house is, dude. I worked in a house right next door to his.
Messi.
Lives, yep.
Nice. Yeah. Well, he ripped it up, man. He scored 2 goals. One of them got called back, but beautiful night. It was a long drive. Grandpa was tired by the end. For sure.
Anybody would be tired of the 2 hours there, 2 hours back after a long game.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun as hell, though. Very cool. Okay, so the 2-prong. Are they both marketing? Are they sales? What would you consider?
Hold on, hey, Nick. You want to meet the Dahlia real quick?
Dahlia.
Hi.
There she is. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You're dressed to the nines.
Hold on. Hi, how you doing?
Good. Are you going out on the town? You're dressed to the nines. What's going on? Always. That's just the way you roll.
Always.
That's that's like Florida stuff. Like people don't dress like that in Albuquerque.
More prevalent here. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You see more of that here. Yeah.
You gotta look to meet you. You gotta look good.
That's right. Always.
Mudplugz.
Always.
Are you proud of Kevin?
Insanely proud. Okay. Insanely proud. He's he's remarkable, actually. I call him the human exclamation point.
Yeah.
He's that guy. He's that guy.
Maybe you got a good one there.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah.
How long have you two been seeing each other?
About a year. A little over a year.
A little over a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she came on right about the time the Mudplugz started coming around.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And what was your, he said you were inspirational to the Mudplugz already, but we haven't gotten into that. What do you think he means by that?
I think it's more of, our journey and the state of mind that I put him in and the openness to, invention and creativity. I think that's really what it comes down to. And just being given permission, unsaid permission to just be himself and, just let it all in, whatever that is, right? And in this case, it was Mudplugz. So, but what's been the most remarkable is just to watch him, I keep disappearing to the background, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
It was to watch him, teach himself so many different things, so many aspects of this process, without any help, honestly. Just goes after it, puts his mind to it. And honestly, I've been in corporate America for almost 30 years.
All right.
And yes, I'm aging myself, but, and I'm really, really impressed by the way that he has just taken this stuff on and taught himself, and there's nothing he can't do. Just,
that's awesome.
From CAD programs to 3D printing to manufacturing to, the digital space. I mean, it's really amazing. It really is. So
cool. Well, that supporting aspect is a really big deal when you're with an entrepreneur, and it's a big deal.
Yes, it really is.
We have to have it. Otherwise it's like, what are we doing?
That's exactly right.
Because I don't care who's next to me. If they're not on board, they're not on board.
It just changes the whole dynamic.
I'm going to keep doing it because I don't care. Right. I'm crazy like that. So very key aspect to
Agreed.
that support's a really big deal, man. So awesome.
Agreed.
Love it.
Thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. It was nice to meet you.
Thanks for jumping on the show. We're glad to have you.
You got it.
And put a face with the name.
Absolutely. Hopefully good editing, because going in and out of the image is not great.
Well,
anyway, good to see you.
The podcast is audio, really. It's more audio. So
good. Okay, awesome.
People will watch the videos though, which is weird, but people will watch the podcast video. I guess it's kind of interesting, but me personally, I listen. So
you're the audio guy.
Yeah, the audio is no big deal.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Bye. Can you send me a vitamin water, please? Yeah. Thank you, love. That's my Dahlia, my cheerleader. So
cool.
She puts up with
now.
A lot.
Does Dahlia bring any kiddos to the mix?
Yep. She's got a 13-year-old boy.
Okay.
Yeah, we're a blended little family now.
Okay. So, cool. All right.
Yep.
All right.
Everybody gets along.
Of course. Very cool. Okay, so Dale's on board. Well, the idea of a partner is interesting to me. You're like, if I'm going to do this stuff, I need capital.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy that maybe has capital, and you go to him, and you're like, hey, do you want to partner up on this deal?
So we work together. I mean, we still work together, right? So like I said, his company, DTF Woodworks, is the big entity that a few smaller entities work for. So my company gets all the work in these houses from him. And then there's a couple other me's. And we've been working together probably 9-10 years going on.
Okay.
And we're partners in another endeavor. So when this one came up, he's 100% the capital. He brought that to the table because I didn't have it. So he's,
you told him about the idea and he was like, let's do it.
Well, yeah, because he's supportive. He knew it was a good idea, but he didn't really have to do anything monetarily until we were ready for it. So I designed it and came up with it. It took about 4 or 5 months. And then when it really kicked in for him is when we went and saw our patent attorney, and I did the demonstration with the original Stingray, the 3D printed version. And he saw the reaction from the attorney, and the attorney pretty much went silent for 5 seconds, and he goes, "This is genius," which I don't say for me because it makes me super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that reaction from him, it was like, all right, well, I guess this is something we need to move forward on. So we protected it every possible way, and let's just say he bought in to the percentage that we're at now. And there's a lot of die making for the Stingray, for the trays. It's a lot of upfront capital. I mean, together we're probably at like 220 right now, getting this thing off the ground. So super supporter. We work very well together to where I'm, do everything. I'm the irresponsible one. I'm the creative one and coming up with everything, but like I'm super irresponsible. So he brings the responsible, the money, and like the financial decision making. Me, I'll probably go out and spend it and buy stuff we don't need and stuff like that. So we're a good balance of each other.
It's easy to do when you have capital. I've always bootstrapped, so I'm tremendously frugal, which can also be a detriment because there's things that I should be doing that I'm not. If I had capital, I'd be doing. So there's two ways. There's two kind of ways, but I'm not in as much debt maybe as I would be.
Well, let's put it this way, man. Like where I'm all into this. Like IBS, dude, I put that on my credit card. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still paying that. Like we're doing apartmentalized, in New Orleans. I just put that on a credit card. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it cost me $10,000 in interest to become a millionaire, money well spent. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I don't have the capital laying around because, I make money, but my overhead is a lot. My guys make good money and they're happy with it. And, that's why they've been with me for years. And
and if you're listening to even a successful business, trim carpentry or drywall or whatever, you make a little bit of money, but it's not enough generally to finance developing a product and marketing a product. People don't realize how much energy and intelligence. It really takes like a lot of intrinsic like learning. Like Dahlia was saying, like, being able to just tackle problems and learn new things is part of it.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was a full-time second job. It's just every night after work, whether I was doing like billing or invoicing, I'd be at that computer, YouTubing on how to do this on a CAD program. And it just, that first 4 or 5 months was nonstop. And then after that was still learning.
Okay. So how many like units do you order up front and what's your expectation? Do you have a plan for taking this to the market besides IBS?
Oh yeah. So, I'll tell you, so some fun stuff that just happened is, so our trays, that was our biggest expense, right? So that die was like 25 grand and our minimum order was 30,000. So, so we're big into that, and we did IBS and we got some good relationships out of it and met some people, we sold a few there or whatever. But right now, Amazon is our biggest player. And yesterday I just shipped 10 cases to Canada, Amazon FBA. And this morning I just shipped 10 cases to Australia, Amazon FBA. So
what does that mean, Amazon FBA?
Fulfilled by Amazon. So anything that you see that's Prime and that you can get the same day or next day, like you can go on Amazon Mudplugz and type in Mudplugz, and depending on where you are in the country, you can get it the same day. So it's all fulfilled by Amazon.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Very cool. I'm looking into the Amazon stuff, but that's also that's a challenging realm as well.
Once again, another thing I had to learn, and they don't make it easy to get set up, dude. It's not an easy website to navigate through or anything like that. So it's definitely been its own challenge.
And do you have the registered trademark on Mudplugz with a Z?
Yes, sir. Yep. Yes,
Very
sir.
cool.
And we have that in the US, Canada, and Australia.
Okay. And why Australia? You're just seeing like.
Well, so what's funny is like my bad. When we had Refresh Home Improvements with who you're familiar with, they did
Yeah.
our pretty much our big launch video that went viral. Dude, we got orders from all over the world from that video. So and the people in Australia are actually, and there's been several orders from there, and they're paying ridiculous shipping for us to mail it to them. So I'm like, I read up on the market. It's like 35-40% renters that live in apartments and all that stuff there. And there's not the same type of competition there. So I'm like, you know what? Send them there, put them on Amazon, do some ad spending, and get people to know. I think that's the go-to these days, man. If they see something they want, they go to Amazon and see if it's there.
Yep.
And if it's Prime. So I was like, because I've been trying to get into, they have like Bunnings, which is like our Home Depot. I've been trying to network and get with them. It's people in the UK. Feel like getting to these retail spaces is super hard. Plus, you need, even if they're going to take you on, even at Home Depot, like you need to have mass quantities, right, to get ready if they're ready for that. And we're not really ready for it. It doesn't stop me from moving towards that direction. But dude, I can cold call and send messages till I'm blue in the face. It's just all about timing. Amazon's the easiest way to get it around the world, to make it easier for people to get.
Okay. Your IBS experience a little bit, and then we'll wrap. We've got a good idea about the Mudplugz now.
What I'm here for, dude. We got to know each other too, man.
Yeah.
Got a lot more in common than we thought.
Podcasts it's really cool. I've been doing this for about 4 years, but they're pretty fun. Oh, I was going to tell you that the last, it will have dropped by now, but it's dropping today. Manners is a drywall distributor out of New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the show, the Drywall podcast show that drops today. Yeah, they're a distributor.
Oh, cool. Oh, nice. So you had them on last week? Is that what it is? And you just launched it?
Yeah. You should. I'll text.
Send me the link.
I'll text Paul and be like, "Hey, have you heard of Mudplugz?"
Not yet. Soon. I'm working on it, man.
They were so nice. Like the Australians and New Zealanders, like they were very nice people.
They got the best accents, dude.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, they do.
For sure.
But it's a pretty funny, it's a boyfriend and girlfriend sort of team, but it's called Manners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll check it out. Product distribution. You should. Yeah, because I think it's a pretty good idea. I think that whoever's jumping on early with this concept is this show that you're getting ready to do is going to be a good one. It's an apartment show. Like, that's weird.
Yes. That's what, I mean, it's all property management and like the big apartment,
huge
people that, it's big for that. And this kit is called the move out kit, right? Because it's exactly what it's for. I mean, drywall anchors. We're not trying to replace the fist through the wall. There's products for that, or cut out a square or whatever. There's just never been a product out there for, these size holes, right? So
I have plaster, so I have to drill it out. I have to drill it out, and I have to sink an anchor to hang a freaking picture. I can't pound a nail in this shit. Like, it's rowdy.
Make them like they used to, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So if I hang anything, even like I have holes all over these walls, man.
Yeah.
Like,
most people do. And like the funny thing is most people don't, when they move into an apartment, they won't hang stuff up just for the sake of having to fix it.
I don't give a shit because I do drywall. I can make as many holes as I want, but not people don't. And this is, people in the drywall industry don't realize, like, this isn't really for drywallers. This is a really remarkable DIY product that solves a problem that, they're using toothpaste or now. Okay, what's the problems with toothpaste? Stickers, tape, and paint.
Yeah, well, dude, DAP has that sticker out, and I'm not gonna lie, dude, it's all right. It's kind of neat concept, paint
Now,
over the sticker, take the
but
layer off.
isn't that conflict of interest for the refresh guys because they work with DAP? How do they get around that?
Oh, you mean we're doing that and then working with us?
Yeah.
I don't think that they are, one-stop shop for DAP unless I look at it this way,
Okay.
unless DAP is paying their salaries and they're doing just fine because of it. I just, I think anybody willing to, I think they'll any willing to
Pony
work
up.
with anybody. Yeah, yeah.
Those
Listen, best investment we ever made,
yeah.
man.
There,
It was
and if you don't
definitely,
know, the refresh guys, they make fantastic videos. I got to meet
uh,
them in Canada. Nicest guys. They make
yeah,
fantastic videos and they're really funny. And
yeah.
their stuff gets a lot of hits, man. It's a
Yeah,
smart way to
that
market.
video's got like 4.3 million views now, which is like for me is just crazy. And it's not
Yeah.
so much just the views as much as it's the likes, the resends, and the bookmarks are just like
Right.
110,000 resends. So that means 110,000 people decided to send it to somebody else. So it shows that besides the haters and the trolls that have to
Yeah.
comment about it, it
Yeah.
shows the value people are seeing from it. And that's when we got all the orders from literally all over the world. Dude, I didn't know there was drywall in Singapore, Israel. I got a dude called me from Chile wanting to represent us down there. You know what I mean? Like
Nice.
it's like Adam, it blows my mind how how
And
it's
you
gotten to
should
where.
explore because it's like I mean people probably would have told me not to go to England, but it's so fun and it's like a really cool market over there and like the
Yeah,
people are cool and you think, oh, England, it's this big deal, or Canada for that matter. And it's just really cool to market,
for sure.
wherever you're seeing an interest, you've got to sort of
Yeah,
explore. So,
exactly.
what is in store? So you've just launched. What is like your next year gonna look like?
Dude, it's really just about fulfilling orders, marketing. Right now, we're not doing your normal marketing. No Google ads, no Meta ads. That backfired on us because, in my opinion, and all these and we a lot of marketing companies came up to us at IBS and like they've got the next best answer. The problem is I don't think Brandstar did a bad job. I think this is just such a brand new product and it becomes a brand new category that unless you trust the person showing you like an influencer and you see it, then you go, oh shit, that's cool. Where has that been for the past whatever? The last time I spent 6 hours waiting for that spackle to dry in a 3/4 inch hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's the idea. So honestly, at night, all I do is I send messages to influencers, anybody willing to work for royalty, because we don't have like, man, listen, the influencers make some money, dude. Some of their flat fees are,
they
are
can.
up
Yeah, they
there.
can.
I don't
Yeah,
have like 5 grand to drop here, 6 grand to drop here. Then I'll work a royalty deal out with anybody willing to do it.
there you go.
That's the best I can do. But like, I'm trying to
Well,
get.
and drywallers, man, you send them a package, they'll make a video for you.
Well, dude, Eli, I know Rob's gonna
Yeah,
make one. This
yeah,
dude on TikTok, the drywall guy, I think his name's Jason. He just made a cool one, and
yeah.
they did like Eli made a badass video. I love what he did, and he's a
Nice.
real like dude. I watch his content. He's a real good drywall guy, man, and he
Yeah,
saw the value of it, and that meant like everything to me because it would listen, like I said, the drywall guys or any handyman, they're haters, dude. They're all over
yeah.
some of those videos.
Eli's
Oh,
funny. He's funny and he's a nice. Well, he's young too, so I think the younger
yeah,
crew, the younger people tend to be a little more open and they
yeah.
understand
Well, dude,
the.
Kenny was up to using it, so like he's old school,
Yeah, totally.
So it's keeping an open mind is all. That's all
Yeah,
we can ask for. And the thing is, if you haven't tried it, how you gonna knock it? Listen, the world's full of haters, dude. You can't win
yeah,
them all over. And I don't need
yeah.
them all. I only need like a billion of them.
Well, I'm going to use them all over my house because why not? And I want to see how
Yeah,
well they work and stuff. And so we'll do some videos and I'll check it out and get some
cool.
shots of them working and things like that. One thing I do ask everybody that comes on the show is for a pearl of wisdom that you can bestow on the world or just the construction industry or whatever you want, man. It's something you could put on a billboard that might instill some inspiration in your fellow humans.
All right. All right. So one thing I've learned from being a selfish, piece of garbage in my 20s and my using days, the best wisdom I can say is this world is going to shit, and everybody is out for themselves. You know what I mean? Just to protect themselves. But reach out, man. Help the next person. You know what I mean? Not everybody is gonna be here to be your friend and whatever, but do right by others. And
Yeah.
you know what? You win some, you lose some. That's it. My whole thing is I give everybody 100% benefit of the doubt. If you screw me, that's your loss. You know what I mean? I know what value I bring to the world. So we could either be ride or die or go on your way. I'm golden
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk has a thing, like I follow him, but he is like, there's people out there that just they have nothing better to do than to, and that's all they do. You have the people that are doing, and then you have the people that are
Mhm.
bashing. And when they're on their deathbed or whatever, they're not going to have anything to look back on. But the people
Mhm.
that are doing will have something to sort of look back on. Like,
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
doing it. I think the best part of the story for me is that you had this spark of inspiration and the 2 weeks went by, but you got whatever materials you got, and you got a rolling pin, whatever in your kitchen. Dahlia had the rolling pin there she hits you with all the time. She busted that
Yeah.
out, and you're like rolling drywall mud. You're doing what you're doing. You're dumping in chemicals, and you make a mud plug, and you're like, dude, I got it. This is it. To me, that's an interesting aspect of the story that we didn't touch on enough, because like that is where people stop. That's what
Yeah.
separates the doers from the non-doers. If you have an idea, if you're out there, and I think when you are a doer, you realize how important it is, the help that you get from people. And that's why you realize like, oh, I need to help out people like that
Yeah.
are doing this instead of just taking a dump on their idea. Because we need help. It's hard. It's a hard path. It's not like I'm making $1 million. I do this
Yeah.
because I love it. I love it, and I think other people should benefit from it.
Yeah. And that's cool. And I'm sure a lot of that comes from your 22 years of doing the right thing. You're supposed to reach out and do right by others and whatever else. And you have that aura about you. You know what I mean? You have a
Thank
piece
you.
that's like, you know what? You know what? I'm cool, man. Let me reach out
I
and see
can
who else
just
wants
say
to be cool with me. You know what I
totally.
mean?
I can say whatever I want. I can do whatever I want as long as I'm not hurting anybody, and as long as like it's coming
Exactly.
from the heart.
Yep.
But no, I remember specifically thinking to myself, like, because also when you're drinking or using it, it consumes a lot of time. It consumes a lot of time and energy. And a common thought that people have when they get clean and sober is like, well, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
And for me, like, there was nothing else to do. I was like, well, I may as well put all of this energy into something. Like,
Exactly.
I just had to.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the basis, and like who cares if it
Yeah.
fails or whatever? Like I don't care, you know.
No, you don't know unless you try, man. And honestly, I think there's a lot of fear that comes from that with people, and people get caught up in routine and whatever else.
Yeah.
And I don't know. For me,
Yeah, you're going into debt and you're getting feedback, but you don't know. You
yeah,
don't know. I'm sure you get all kinds of feedback and like, dude, what are what are you doing?
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure you get a lot of support, but also you get people that are being realistic, you know?
yeah. A lot of them, my voice of reasons. They keep their reasons to themselves right now. They know I'm all
Sure.
in, and there's no
Right.
stopping me. Just like once upon a time in my 20s, there wasn't any stopping me until I was stopped myself. So like
Yeah.
for this product and where this is going is 1,000 miles per hour till it gets to where it needs to go.
Love
So
it, man. Kevin Cost, Mudplugz out of South Florida. If you want to find out more about Mudplugz, you could probably look on Instagram, Facebook. What are you on? And what's your handle?
Instagram at Mudplugs with a Z.
Okay, at
With a
Mudplugs
Z.
with a Z.
One word.
www.mudplugz.com.
Yep. And TikTok. Same thing.
And TikTok. Okay.
Yep.
And Facebook?
So, on Facebook too. We don't do a lot, like, let's just say, since we backed away from the marketing company, still handles the website maintenance and like the Shopify and stuff like that. But then this is all very new. Dahlia has been taken over of the social media and the posting and all that.
Is she good? Is she good with the social?
She's just super savvy with technology and making little videos and TikToks.
I think it's important. I think the social is important to manage yourself or be close to it because you want to engage. You want
100%.
like you don't need to like answer all the douchers, but like you want to engage with your audience so that and even make videos where you're like on the video.
Exactly,
like doing a sample so that people can relate. Like I think that's why the Drywall podcast is good because now people can put a human behind Mudplugz. It's like this is a guy that like made this thing. It's cool.
Thank you. No, yeah, I get it. The personability, showing. What's funny is I remember I told you we kind of dropped the ball on some of the directions with the Stingray and the packaging and which plug to use. I literally just got a call from somebody that bought a kit and said, "Hi, how long do I put the plug in the water for?" And I go, "Shit, man, we gotta put that on there." So we got a couple things to tweak on our next round of packaging, but I mean, you can always call Mr. Plugs, Yeah.
So. Yeah. There you go. And do you mind? Do you want to put out a phone number?
Oh yeah, it's 954 plugs. So that's 758-4999.
Cool.
If you have questions, if you want to be a supplier, you know what? Say what's up.
Anything.
Good.
Cool.
Yeah, I like seeing that number pop up.
All right. Thank you so much for being on the Drywall podcast today. I'm going to get a set.
Thanks,
I'm going to try them out, but I hope you have a fantastic. This has just been awesome, man. I can't wait for this to drop.
It's been good getting to know you, bro.
Yeah. We'll talk again and we'll be in touch. Of course, I'm going to be following you and liking all your stuff on social and we'll be pumping all the info. I'll get some photos of you working in the kitchen. I want a photo of you in the kitchen with the mud stuff, like figuring it out. Like I want that photo. I want your logo and then just some photos of you doing in the process.
Got it. You got it, man. I'll talk to the social media Dahlia.
There you go. Cool. All right, brother. Have a good day. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Nick. You as well, bro. Thanks, man. Bye.
Huge shout out to Kevin for being with us on the Drywall podcast today. I really appreciate your openness, talking about and tackling the difficult subjects, but also your insight into the world of marketing. We wish you all the best, and I have a feeling this product is going to take the world by storm. Congratulations to you, sir. This episode of the Drywall Podcast was brought to you by Can-Am Tools. Over 50 years of semi-automatic finishing tools made in Canada and trusted by pros around the world. If today's episode got you thinking about your toolkit, maybe it's time to take a look at what Can-Am offers. And if you run a supply house or tool dealership and you're looking for a proven brand with a loyal following to add to your line, Can-Am wants to hear from you as well. CanAmTool.com. Tell them Nick from the Drywall Podcast sent you. Parting is sweet sorrow. The good Lord closes a door, but she opens a window. We bid farewell to Can-Am, but we usher in new and exciting sponsors for the month of April and May. Be on the lookout for information on Panel Ray, GWI, and yours truly's Fresco Harmony as we offer giveaways and information about the upcoming trade show in England at the beginning of June. I know you guys have a lot of stations and radio programs and things to listen to when you head over to the radio during your work week, or whether you're driving to work in the car or in your house, Today, you chose the Drywall podcast, and I appreciate you for that. It's because of listeners like you and sponsors like Can-Am that I get to have this show and awesome people on it like Kevin Koss. Join us next time for the great Morph Sander, James Wyhonig out of Brisbane, Australia. But until then, keep drywalling.